Hey everybody, it's John Siskovich. I'm out doing some linger grazing with my goats, and I know 2 goats does not a farmer make, but I love them, and they're doing exactly what I want them to do, and we're going to talk about that in today's video. All right, so on my farm, I have a ton of grass right now. Tons. Just more than I know what to do with. I want to get cows someday, but I got too much going on. So I got goats, and it's, they're my little tiny cows. The reason why I got goats, 1, they're super easy. 2, I've heard but have little experience with that they don't get parasites as easily as sheep, and I want a low maintenance animal. And with the Premier fencing and my goats being my goats, they just don't get out. You just keep them well fed and happy and visit them and scratch their heads every day. And I have never had the goat escape. So we have trees and obstacles, rocks. We have stone walls. We have this giant hedgerow whatever that the goats are right next to. And a lot of the browse, the bushes, is ornamental bittersweet, multiflora rose. We have some willow, and then the other big one is autumn olive. And a bunch of those are invasive, and nobody loves them. And I can't walk through my woods and sit in nature because it's just a thorny mess. That and like cleaning up around the trees. Just to keep a neat, tidy pasture because I have people visiting and coming to see the nice bucolic agrarian scene out here. And the goats will browse on the multiflora rose and the brush. They're what is that called? Not grazing, they're browsing. And they do a great job. Like I moved them into this area across the farm from where they were, and they went immediately to the rose bushes. And yeah, so they have this big of a fence. I think this is a 164-foot Premier something sheep fence. I'm going to give them this entire hillside and just leave them in there for a while. And that way they'll find and clean up all the scrub and the brush in there to a certain extent, as much as the goats will do. And then I don't have to think about them for like a week or 2. I just come out and say hello, but I don't have to move fence or anything because I am opening up the tasting room with the rest of my farm crew and beer crew here. Tasting room, brewery, new addition. I need the time to do that, and having my goats with ton of feed and happiness will make it so I can come out and decompress and hang out with them and not worry about, oh, they needed this, oh, they needed that. They're just good. And moving them and standing here for a second and linger grazing, where I'm watching what they eat, how they behave, and what effect they're having. I can always choose to scale that later and get more goats if I really want to tackle some of the bigger parts of the property. Look back here. Boom. This is where I keep the pigs, but it's bigger than I want right now. So to manage that and get it back to usable grassland that would support some bigger animals, I might be able to use the goats passively to start reclaiming some of that if I didn't want to just go in with machines and cut and rip everything out. But I've rambled on long enough. Thanks for taking the time to do some linger grazing with me. Zip patrolling in the background. I'm just going to leave you with 30 seconds of goats eating.